Hey everyone, what up? Matt Kaiser here. Well, Koei Tecmo is on fire this month already, with not only Wolong getting a sequel, more on the Dynasty Warriors 3 remaster, a new Attack on Titan game, and more Procopia DLC, and of course, a brand new Atelier game from Gust. Even if it was relegated to a sizzle reel from the Nintendo Direct.
Oh, come on!
But, tangent aside, this one really looks very good and really interesting. So as usual, let's break it all down. So this new game is called Atelier Karia, The Night Kingdom and the Guide of Memories, and it's set to be confirmed to be a sequel to Atelier Yumia, which not only came out last year, but also served as a bold new direction for the series. With this one, we follow our new protagonist, who's the titular character herself, Karia. Now, we don't know much about her, but based on this trailer here, we can tell, well, 3 things actually. 1, she's absolutely beautiful. 2, she might have amnesia and may or may not be even human, based on this dialogue here. And 3, she likes to eat. A lot. Especially the title, jeez. I heard about we're eating good, but damn, I didn't mean we will eat that good. But in terms of visuals, this game really looks even better than Yumia, with the production values somehow being bigger and even seeing familiar places here. From the UI alone, it looks a lot more cleaner and better here. And it does seem that they are going to go deeper with the action style combat that Yumia provided, which initially, while that combat was actually fun, it started to grow a little bit stale and a bit just, simple, with just having not too much depth outside of just, dodging attacks or hitting enemy weak points, and also having cooldowns. So I do expect the combat in this one to be a lot more refined here. It even has a pause menu, as well as even using items and skills here. Upon that, alchemy is back, and more importantly, so is the cauldron, which is something that Yumia also omitted, but they brought it back with Resiana red and white. And the alchemy from this snippet here does seem to be a bit more nuanced like the older Atelier games, and leans more to the robustness that was, well, Resiana. On top of that, it does seem that you can zip through these black holes in the same open environment, similar to how Rias did in Resiana, as well as Ryza in the sequels even. But speaking of Yumia, we got a very small tease of a potentially older Yumia. And I'm overall looking to see on how this story follows up from Yumia, and see on how she's changed from the events of that game into this one. Now this game is slated to come around on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch 2 and PC, which actually makes it the very first Atelier game to be fully on next generation of consoles. Even games like say Yumia and Resiana were still cross-gen. Upon that, there will also be an information stream that will be happening this Friday, which will provide more details, as well as with the voice cast. And you can expect me to cover it and do a follow-up video on that. Not only that, but Atelier Yumia has now got a Switch 2 version, which is really good, because initially the game on Switch 1 was kinda rough. Though if you played it on Switch 2 via backwards compatibility, as well as with the handheld boost mode, it doesn't make it a lot much more better visually. So it's nice to see an official Switch 2 version, even if it is digital only. And however, there's been some issues already present with this version, much unlike Xenoblade X's Switch 2 version, so hopefully that does get fixed soon. And I do also hope that Resiana also gets a Switch 2 version. But I'm still glad that Atelier is also just, having Switch 2 support as a whole, and I do imagine that'll be for the future. All in all, I think it's insane of how we just got a brand new Atelier announcement, especially coming from the multi-buffet we just had from last year, as well as even Gust reviving Blue Reflection. But I guess with Atelier turning 30 next year, this one will be like a celebration, and I'm just very happy we got to follow on from Yumia, and potentially see on what happens after the events of that game, but with a new protagonist, and hopefully both with an improved combat system and alchemy system. But we'll just have to wait and see what this game is truly all about in the upcoming live stream this Friday. But with that said, that will have to be it for me. Let me know down in the comments of what you guys think of this. Are you guys thrilled to see a new Atelier game already, let alone following from Yumia? What are some things you'd like to hope and see from this game to be improved upon from Yumia? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe if you're someone new, and hit the notification icon if you want to get more Atelier content from yours truly and be notified. You can also hype up the video on mobile, as that really helps the channel a lot, especially with this one. And you can also follow me on my various socials and support me on Patreon if you like ad-free videos and extra goodies yourself. But with that said, special thanks to my patrons, and Mad Kaiser out.